kind of finish this chapter by today so that we can talk about what's going to happen after this chapter. Okay, so if you have your workbooks with you, please turn with me to page 95. Let's attempt to answer all 6 questions today. How many are there? 6. Yeah, 6 questions for today. And we're going to look at applications of trigonometric functions. So when we talk about applications of trigonometric functions, of course, we're looking at questions that have to do with using trigonometric functions in daily life, and this is where all the hot questions come in, and etc. etc. Okay, but unlike yesterday's and Monday's questions, the working, okay, and as I have always maintained lah, for hot questions, dia punya jalan kerja kan biasanya it's not very difficult, but it is understanding the question that is always the challenge. Okay, that's always the challenge to everybody lah. So let's get down to business and let's see if we can answer these questions. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 1. Okay, so the temperature theta Celsius of a place over a day is given by this function. So theta equals to 28, okay, plus 5 sine, and you have pi over 12 times t minus 4. Okay, and then lepas itu dia cakap where t is the time, okay, in a 24-hour system after midnight. Okay, so the first question is find the temperature, okay, of the place at 1 p.m. Okay, so 1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. refers to the time. Tapi in this function, okay, the time over here needs to follow a 24-hour system. Okay, needs to follow a 24-hour system. So if you remember 24-hour system, 1 p.m. would actually be 1300 hours. I mean, yeah, 1300 lah. Okay, so 100, 200, 300, 400, and so on and so forth until 2400 hours, which is at midnight lah. But technically, there's no 2400 hours. It becomes 0 again lah. So it's 0 until 23. Okay, but we're not interested in this 100. Okay, we're only interested in the 13. Okay, so t equals to 13. What they are not telling you directly, which you have to figure out by reading the question. 1 p.m. in a 24-hour system is 13 o'clock. Okay, jam 13. Okay, so if t equals to 13, the question is find the temperature. So temperature equals to 28 plus 5 sine, okay, pi over 12. Then you have 13 minus 4. Okay, can we slowly calculate this, everyone? Can you slowly calculate this? Make sure you settle this first. Baru kau darab 5, baru kamu tambah 28. Okay, can I have the answer, please? Okay, 31.5. Okay lah, fine. 3 also can lah, 3 decimal places. Okay, 31.535 degrees Celsius. So, if you take a look at this, question is not that difficult. Okay, it's understanding the question. Okay, that is always the problem. It's a very simple substitute and calculate. Okay, all right. Now, determine the maximum temperature in a day and the time when this occurs. Okay, now this one requires us to remember one very important thing, and I want to kind of mention this now here. Okay, remember when we were looking at the sine, cos, and the tangent graphs, especially the sine and the cos. Okay, remember the sine graphs was like this, and then the cos graphs were like this. Okay, what is the maximum amplitude for this, for each one? If let's say this is y equals to sine x and y equals to cos x, what is the maximum amplitude for both these graphs and the minimum?
1
and
-1.
Okay, 1 and -1. So 1 and -1. So this is with the assumption, okay, this is a very important thing. Now this is with the assumption that this whole angle, okay, sorry, my mistake. This is with the assumption that the number in front over here is 1. When we were drawing graphs, now remember y equals to a sine bx plus c. This number in front here refers to the amplitude. the highest and the lowest number. This number refers to the period. Okay, how many cycles in 2 pi? Oh, sorry, not period. There's another name for it. Sorry, my bad. It's not period, but basically, how many cycles in 2 pi? Okay, cycles in 2 pi. And in the previous subtopic, we learned that from this letter B, we can calculate the period. Period equals to 2 pi divided by whatever the number B is in front here. Okay. Now, if you take a look, at our function over here. Okay, so this is the function that is given. Okay, and you want to know what is the maximum temperature. Okay, so the maximum temperature, happens when this function, the sine function, sine pi over 12 times t minus 4 is equals to 1. Okay, so as a general rule, okay, when we talk about application questions, when we're talking about maximum, minimum, okay, kita hanya tengok yang sign saja. Kita lupakan nombor di depan. I know that there is a number 5 in front here. Okay, but we will look at that later. But we always assume that the maximum possible that can happen if there is no number in front is that the sine graph must be equals to 1. That's the biggest number that sine can take, unless there's a added amplitude in front lah, which kita tidak mau pertimbangkan sekarang. Okay, so if I give you this, okay, now let me redraw this so that this looks like something that is astaga, so that it looks like something that we're very familiar with. Okay, pi over 12 t minus 4 this way. Okay, sorry, maximum amplitude. Okay, now assuming that this whole thing is an angle, okay, can we find the value of the angle? Pi over 12 times t minus 4 equals to, how do we find? What do you think we need to do?
Kasi pindah sign.
Kasi pindah sign. Okay, very good. So you get shift sign 1 lah, which will give you how much?
90.
Okay, 90. Did you say 90?
Yes.
Okay, 90, but the problem now is, okay, our angle needs to be in pi. Can we change 90 to pi, please?
Pi over 2.
Pi over 2, okay? Pi over 2. So, we use pi because the original angle over here, dia menggunakan pi juga. Okay, so let that be a clue for you lah. Okay, so let's do a little bit of pindah-pindah, and can I have the value of t, please?
10.
Okay, t will be equals to 10. So, the maximum amplitude happens when t equals to 10. Okay, so let's calculate, maximum temperature lah. Okay, so let's calculate the maximum temperature. Maximum temperature, okay, is equals to 28 plus 5 times the whole thing must be equals to 1. Sebab kita sudah cakap bahawa the sine pi over 2 times t over 4 must be equals to 1. That's the maximum possible. Okay, you can get no other bigger value than that. Okay, so this will give you 33 degrees Celsius at 10. 10 is what? Okay, at 10 a.m. Okay, because it's 24-hour system. If it is 10 p.m., then it will be 2200. Yeah, 2200. Yeah. Okay, so because t equals to 10, so we say that t is 10 a.m. Okay, read back the question. The question is determine the maximum temperature, 33 degrees Celsius, and the time when this occurs. The time is when it is 10 o'clock. Okay, at 10 a.m. So take a look at the calculation, guys. The calculation is like what? Okay, like tiada apa-apa lah. Okay, we know there's nothing really much to this calculation. Of course, there is a very important question. If you manage to detect the question, you will notice that I didn't ask you about this. Sepatutnya ini quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. It's supposed to be quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, right? Okay, we're not interested in that lah. Okay, we just assume that everything is just quadrant 1. Okay, if it's quadrant 2, it'll be quite interesting though. 90 degrees cannot. 90 degrees, quadrant 1, quadrant 2 is the same. Okay, so so let's not worry about this lah. Okay, but the calculation is not that difficult. What is difficult is reading the question and understanding it. Itu yang sebenarnya menjadi cabaran. Okay, let's take a look at question number 2. Right, question number 2. Now the depth of water, okay, at the mouth of a river is given by this one. AH equals to A cos BT plus C. Okay, now this is very, very similar to our old this one now. Y equals to A sine or find like cos BX plus C. Very, very familiar, right? Okay, but again, this one, there's a very important thing here. Okay, we see how. Now, assuming that the tidal period, okay, the word period appears here equals to 12 hours. Okay, and the depths of water are high and low at 9 and 3 meters. So high depth, okay, is 9 meters. Low depth is 3 meters. Okay, the question is find the value of the constants A, B, and C. Now, the first thing that we can determine, which is the easiest thing to determine, is the period. Is the value of the letter B. Okay, why? Because we are given the period. If you remember from our question just now, I said that when you want to count period, we use this one, 2 pi over whatever the letter B is. Okay, so let's use that. So our period is 12 hours. So I'm going to say 12 equals to 2 pi over B. Okay, can I have the value of B in terms of pi, please?
Pi over 6.
Okay, pi over 6. Done. Okay, so we use the concept of period, okay, and the formula for period, which is 2 pi over B. But understanding, kita mesti memahami bahawa B adalah the number of cycles for the trigonometric function. Okay, now we can do, now we can go ahead and do the A and C. Okay, now let's talk about the high depth. Bila dia tinggi, okay, high is 9 meters. Okay, think about the cost graph. Cost graph is like this, right? Okay, maximum is 1, minimum is -1. So the high depth happens, okay, when cos BT equals to 1, maximum value. Okay, so again, now we're using everything that we've learned in sine, cos, tangent, especially sine and cos lah. Okay, the amplitudes. Cos tangent, like no real amplitudes, right? Okay, the highest depth happens when cos BT equals to 1. Kita tetapkan sudah. We don't even need to find B actually. Okay, therefore I can say that 9 equals to A times 1 plus C. Okay, because maximum is when the cost function is maximum. Cost function is maximum when it is 1. So 9 equals to A plus C. Okay, first equation. Let's look at the second equation. The second equation will be low. Low is at 3 meters when cos BT equals to, take a look at our cost graph. Paling bawah adalah -1. So low is when cos BT equals to -1. So the low is 3 equals to A times -1 plus C. 3 equals to -A plus C. Okay, so we have the second equation. Okay, so anyway, this one you can do simultaneous equations. Okay, can we do a quick run of the simultaneous equations, please? 9 equals to A plus C, 3 equals to -A plus C. Give me the values of A and C, please. Let's do it now.
3 and 6.
3 and
6.
Okay, sorry, so A equals to 3, C equals to 6, B equals to pi over 6. Okay, so once again now we see that actually the only real thing that we have to understand now is the concept of the maximum and the minimum graph. Okay, we ignore everything, the we ignore this number, we ignore this number. Look at the function before. Kita ignore dulu yang ini semua. Kita ambil saja yang ini sign. Because we know that the sine value and the cos value has a maximum of 1 and a minimum of -1. Okay, so maximum means, okay, sine theta or cos theta equals to 1. Minimum, okay, equals to either the sine theta or the cos theta, okay, equals to -1. You want to kind of have this mindset lah. Okay, kita jangan bimbang pasal nombor ini. Ada pula ni nombor 5 ni. Kenapa? Okay, itu nanti kemudian. Okay, we can leave that alone. But we know that the sine and the cos, maximum value is 1 and minimum value is -1. The two most important traits. Okay, ciri yang paling penting pasal trigonometric graphs, okay, minus the number in front, okay, the sine and the cos value is always between 1 and -1. Okay, so we never ever forget that lah. Just like the probability values lah kan, probability values is always between 0 and 1. It's no more than 1 and no less than 0. Okay, so let's have that in mind when we do this lah. Okay, let's go to question number 3. I have to find a place to put my book lah next time. Okay, so the current. Okay, the current is given as I equals to 20 sine 100 pi t. Okay, where t is the time in seconds. So the angle yang kita mau, okay, adalah t. So I'm going to change this color. This is the angle. Now, because of that, guys, okay, we know what is this 100 pi. 100 pi, kalau remember, y equals to a sine bx plus c bahkan. The 100 pi is equals to b. Okay, and from there, we can find the period. Okay, you know why it's so important to find period? Because look at question A. The question A asks for the frequency. Okay, and this is where physics comes in lah. Whoever dropped physics kan, you are at such a mengecam pula. Whoever dropped physics kan, gosh. Okay, try to remember this lah. Okay, we can. So remember that frequency, okay, is 1 over period. Okay, frequency is 1 over period. Now, since we have the letter B, we can calculate the period. And from the period, we can calculate the frequency. Okay, so I'm going to write it out for you. Period equals to 2 pi over B. Give me the period and then give me the frequency.
0.02.
Okay, and the frequency?
50.
Okay, it will be 50. And if you are familiar with the unit of frequency, it will be 50 hertz. Okay, the period is 0.02 seconds. Okay, but again, now we are seeing the use, okay, of this period formula. Okay, 2 pi over b. And remember, b is whatever number that appears before the angle. Okay, sebelum angle yang cakap how many cycles itu kan, itu adalah the number b. So, question B, the maximum current. Let's change to purple. I feel like having purple today. Okay, maximum current. Okay, and the time when it occurs. Same as question 1. Okay, so maximum current. Okay, maximum current happens when sine 100 pi t equals to 1. Okay, we know that this one is the one that tells us. Okay, the maximum current happens when sine 100 pi t equals to 1. Okay, and from question 1 just now, we now know that 100 pi t equals to, what is 90 degrees again? Pi over 2, kan? Yeah, pi over 2. So tell me what is the time?
Pi over 200.
In decimals, please.
0.005.
Okay, 0.005 seconds. But the question is not just asking for the time when it happens, it also is asking for the maximum current. So the maximum current, okay, is 20 times 1, which is 20 amps lah. Okay, so again, Bringing to remembrance, okay, the word maximum when you have to do trigonometric functions. Maximum always means that the sine or the cos function is 1. Minimum is the sine or the cos function is -1. No matter what is inside here, okay, the entire function is always between 1 and -1. Tangent is a different story altogether lah. And I don't think we will do. No, sorry. There's no such thing as I don't think we will do. Memang tidak akan ada situasi di mana cari tangent yang maximum atau tangent yang minimum. Okay, because if you remember the graph, okay, and this one is, if you understand lah. Remember the graph, the graph actually doesn't have a maximum or minimum. It just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, and when I say forever and ever, macam ni lah. Okay, it's just going on forever and ever and ever. Okay, no stop. That's why there's no maximum or minimum. But sine and cos ada. And because sine and cos, they ada naik turun, so there is a maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum. Okay, so get this in mind when we do problem solving questions, and I think you'll be fine. Okay, let's do number 4. I think we can finish all 6 questions today though. Okay, 2 waves originating from the 2 corners of the pool are described by these equations. Y1 equals to sine t plus pi over 3. And this is where I'm going to get very mengada-ngada lah, okay? Let's use green color. Y2 equals to, okay, 2 cos t minus pi over 6. Now the question is, the waves combine as they propagate to the middle of the pool. And the combined wave is given by y equals to y1 plus y2. So obviously what we're going to do is we're going to use this y1. Oh no. You know what's so funny? I'm laughing because this question is so mengada. Okay, y1, okay, plus, and then we're going to have y2. Okay, we're going to put this in here, I'm going to put this in here, and then we're going to add them up. Okay, and then we're going to convert them. My goodness, what a ding dong. Okay, we're going to convert them into this form. Y equals to A sine bt plus alpha. Okay, we're going to combine them, and then after that, we're going to state the values of, oh my goodness, this is so funny. Okay, so anyway, this is addition formula. This is for sine and cos. Okay, so it will be a good idea for you to, to turn back. Okay, turn back, and let's take a look. All right, let's do the purple one first lah. Okay, let me bring this out here. Y1 equals to sine t plus pi over 3. Okay, can somebody tell me what is pi over 3 in degrees?
60.
Okay, sine 60 degrees. Okay, so let's get down to this. Formula. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's so funny. Okay, sine. This is the formula that I got wrong the last time, right? The cos formula that I got wrong. Okay, so sine t cos pi over 3 plus kan? Plus, okay, cos t sine pi over 3. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Let's go ahead, people. Let's substitute the values so that we make our life a lot easier. Okay, cos 60 and sine 60. I want Liu to answer this because last time he gave me the wrong answer. Cos 60 and sine 60 in cert form if it's possible. I don't think there's a cert. Yeah, but anyway. Special angles. So we have to kind of remember these special angles. Sorry, Liu, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So cos 60 is how much?
1/2.
1/2. So this will be half sine t, and sine 60?
Square root 3/2.
Okay, square root 3/2 cos t. Okay, let's leave it as it is. Thank you, Liu. All right, let's go to y2. Okay, y2. Wow, but y2 equals to 2. 2, ada 2 di sana. Oh, okay, 2 cos t minus pi over 6. Okay, let's settle this, everybody. Okay, we do this together. 2. Oh my lord, please help me. Okay, cos t cos pi over 6 plus bahkan kan sin t is it plus?
Yeah, sir, plus.
Yeah, it's plus. Okay, all right. Sin pi over 6. Okay, so same thing. Cos pi over 6. What is pi over 6 in degrees, please?
30.
30. Okay. So here we're talking about cos 30 and sin 30. Okay, Liu, can you help us out here first, please? Cos 30 and sin 30 in terms of insert form. Insert form. Cos 30 and sin 30.
Cos 30 is square root 3 over 2.
Okay.
Sin 30 is 1 over 2.
1 over 2. All right, thank you. Okay, so everything multiplied by 2. So you're going to get square root 3 cos t plus sin t. Okay, so let's take a look. Let me zoom out and see what we have done so far. So we have separately expanded both of them, okay, and try to, kind of summarize them together lah. Now let's combine both of them together, okay. Y equals to, I'm going to bring the purple, half sin t plus square root 3 over 2 cos t, okay, plus, then the green color, square root 3 cos t plus sin t. Okay, I'm going to bring the sin t's and the cos t's together. So, okay, so half plus square root 3. Oh, no, sorry. Half plus 1. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Half plus 1 sin t. Okay, plus square root 3 over 2 plus square root 3 cos t. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on now. Let me just take a look at this first. Do I need to? Because I want to do this one. Okay, so this will give us, let me see. 3 over 2 sin t, okay, plus square root 3 plus square root 3 over 2. It will be 3 square root 3 over 2 cos t. Is this right? 3 square root 3 over 2 cos t.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's correct. Yeah. Okay. So, how do I change this to this? Okay, let me take out the 3. So 3, and then I'll have half sin t plus square root 3 over 2 cos t. Okay, now we want it to be y equals to a sin bt plus alpha. Okay, bt plus alpha. So ini sepatutnya kita mau jadi a, this will be sin bt cos alpha plus cos bt sin alpha. We want it to be like this. Okay, so we have sin here and cos here, sin here and cos here. So what is the alpha that is suitable for this? What is the angle that is suitable for this? Cos alpha, sorry, so we want to say that cos alpha equals to half and sin alpha equals to square root 3 over 2. Wow, this is not an easy question. How many marks is this? Oh, no marks. Which angle is sesuai? Cos alpha is half or sin alpha is square root 3 over 2. You get the same angle actually. Cos alpha is half. Half is
60.
45, 60, 60, yeah, 60. 60 is pi over 3. And pi over 3.
Yeah, pi over 3.
Okay, so this will give us, all right. So that means that this is cos pi over 3 equals to half. Then sin pi over 3 equals to square root 3 over 2. Okay, so let's put it in here. Let's substitute the half with cos pi over 3 sin t. plus sine pi over 3 cos t. The number in front here is 3 lah. So this one, I can combine this together. Okay, we use the addition formula terbalikkan. So you will get 3 sine pi over, oh no, sorry. Yeah, pi over 3 plus t. Sine pi over 3 plus t. Same lah. Okay, same, doesn't really matter. Okay, so when we compare, where are we now? Okay, when we compare this and this, we find that A equals to 3, B equals to 1, and alpha equals to pi over 3, which is the answer that we want. Everybody's like, yeah. This is a slightly tough question. Okay, it's an interesting question, good, but it is a little bit tough. Let's do question number 5. Okay, I'm just breezing through these questions just to give you a little bit of exposure. But I always believe that if these kind of questions come out, okay, the calculation is not so difficult, okay, with the exception of this particular one. But I think the more common ones will be the first 3 that we saw. The one that use maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum. Itu lebih penting lah, okay? That's more important for me. But since there are all these questions in your workbook, I feel that we should give this a try lah anyways. All right, question number 5. Solve the simultaneous equations. Okay, this is also a very common one. Interestingly, this is actually a Form 6 question when I was taking Form 6 lah. Okay, but now it has come to Form 5 level. Okay, which is just so like you. Okay, cos 2x equals to sine x and sine squared x plus y equals to 1. Okay, now in order to solve simultaneous equations, okay, we have to find one value first and then find the other value. This is very normal. Okay, and if you take a look at these 2 equations, you will immediately know that the first thing to do is to settle this because this one is settleable. Okay, boleh disettlekan sebab dia satu angle saja terlibat. This one there's angle x and angle y, so we don't really want that. Okay, we settle this one first. Cos 2x equals to sine x. Okay, and if you remember from kerja daripada hari Isnin sampailah kemarin, you will know that you need to change this to sine squared x. So this will be 1 minus 2 sine squared x equals to sine x. Okay, and this one is easily done by factorization lah. Okay, I'm not going to waste time. Okay, so ini kita sudah pernah buat. So I'm just going to give you that x equals to 30 degrees and 150 degrees. So you're going to have 2 values of x. Okay, I'm skipping all these parts sebab kita pernah cover lah. Okay, dan saya betul-betul mau jawab soalan nombor 6 because nombor 6 is the only tangent question and I must answer this. Okay, so when you have 30 degrees and 150 degrees, okay, and you have this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to move this square across. Okay, like we always do. So sine x plus y equals to 1 and negative 1. There's always 2 answers because you are square rooting. Square rooting. Okay, now if sine x plus y is 1, what is x plus y? The 2 angles that give 1. Oh, no, only 1 angle. Sorry, 1 angle. What is it?
90.
Okay, it will be 90 degrees. Can I calculate y? Yes, I can. I will have 2 values of y. Sebab kalau x sama dengan 30, y equals to 60. Kalau x sama dengan 150, okay, y equals to 120. No. Sorry, cannot want more than 120. Sorry. If x equals to 150, y cannot. You know why? Because they're maximum 90 sahaja. Okay, so we ignore this. Okay, but since we have another value of x, okay, since we have another value of x with x plus y, okay, which gives us a negative 1, which angle is this? Shift sign negative 1. I mean, you know, Negative is in the third quadrant. So this will give you 270 degrees. Okay, so x equals to 150. So y equals to 120 degrees. So you get 4 values. Okay, 2 of x and 2 of y. Hold on, let me just see whether we can use 90. X is 90, y is 200, no, y is 190. No, 160. 180. No, cannot. Tidak boleh. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it at this lah. So the x values are 30, y 60, x values are 150, y equals to 120. Okay, but the skill that we need to do here is to make sure that this one kita tahu lah. Okay, we know how to find one set of angles, and then only we do the y. So it's a different kind of simultaneous equation, tapi dia tetap dipanggil simultaneous equation because you use one equation, you solve it, and then you solve another equation based on the first equation. Okay, which brings me to the last question of the day. The last question of this chapter. Well, not now, but okay. Tangent theta, okay, equals to 3/4, and theta is in the third quadrant. Okay, find without using a calculator the values of tangent half theta. Oh no. Okay, let's start. Okay, tangent half theta, I have taught you this, that when you are required to find the tangent half theta, do the double angle terbalik. Okay, remember that tangent 2 theta equals to 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. Sorry, is there a 2 in front here? 1 minus 2 tangent squared theta.
Yes.
Okay, so if tangent 2 theta is 2 tangent theta, blah, 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 so we can say that tangent theta is equals to 2 tangent half theta over 1 minus tangent squared half theta. Okay, kita mau cari tangent half theta lah. Okay, but let's start with this. So if this is to be true, I can say that 3/4 equals to 2 tangent half theta over 1 minus tangent squared half theta. Okay, and what we can do is we can do quadratic equation lah. We can cross multiply to do quadratic equations. Okay, let me simplify this. Let's say tangent half theta equals to u. So I'll get 1 minus u squared equals to 4 times 2u. Okay, so 3 minus 3u squared equals to 8u. And so when we do this, we'll get u equals to 1/3 and u equals to -3. Okay, u equals to 1/3 and u equals to -3. Sorry, I'm doing this very fast because I'm running out of time. But the idea is there lah. Okay, u equals to 1/3, u equals to -3. Therefore, tangent half theta is equals to 1/3 and tangent half theta is equals to -3. But, okay, but only this answer is acceptable. Okay, why? Because theta is in the third quadrant, so half of theta, my goodness, that is 180 to 270. So half of it is 90 to, half theta is 90 to, what is half of this? 135. Yeah, 90 to 135 is in the second quadrant. Okay, so this one cannot be because this is a positive value. So positive value is first and third quadrant. The half theta has to be in the second quadrant because we have changed the theta to half theta. So this is the only acceptable answer. Okay, the tangent half theta must be less than 0 because we changed the range of the angles. So the range also has to change to follow the equation. Okay, which is tangent half theta. Because tangent half theta yang positive ini, this is quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. Oh, sorry, quadrant 3. This is quadrant 2 and quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Ini yang kita mau. Okay, we want this to be quadrant 2 because our angles have changed to quadrant 2. Okay, theta is in third quadrant, but half theta, okay, is in the second quadrant. Okay, all right. Let me quickly run through the last two. Tangent 2 theta. Okay, ini senang lah because this one you already have the value 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. You just substitute the 3 over 4 here and the 3 over 4 here. Okay, and you will get the answer 24 over 7. Or in decimal place lah, 3 point something 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 also can. But the problem is this, the last question, which is tangent 3 theta. Okay, there is no, you have not learned, okay, it's like, this is like, you know, a different level punya formula, but you can actually derive it. Tangent 3 theta is actually equals to tangent theta plus 2 theta. Okay, tangent theta plus 2 theta. Don't be so scared. Okay, let's go back to the addition formula. Tangent addition formula. What do we get? Hold on. Tangent addition formula will be tangent theta plus tangent 2 theta over 1 minus tangent theta tangent 2 theta. And we already have these values. We have the value of tangent theta. We have the value of tangent 2 theta from question B. So all we need to do is just substitute. Okay, all we need to do is just substitute. So 3 over 4 plus 24 over 7 over 1 minus 3 over 4 times 24 over 7. Okay, saya kehabisan masa sudah ni, so I'm just going to rush through this lah. Okay, you calculate this. According to the book, you will get negative 117 over 44. Okay, but the point is this, okay, the tangent 3 theta can be shown by using the addition formula. Okay, tangent theta and tangent theta plus tangent 2 theta. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is this, this tangent 3 theta can be derived, okay, with tangent theta plus 2 theta. And if you have the value of tangent 3 theta, you can basically find a lot of things. Tangent 5 theta also can. It will be tangent 2 theta plus 3 theta. Okay, because once you have calculated the values, you can go on to higher, you know, triple, quadruple, quintuple, you know, how many tuple angles lah, okay, you want. But don't worry lah, I don't think they will usually ask you more than 3 theta, maximum 3 theta, because anything beyond that is actually not in your syllabus anymore lah. Okay, it's much higher level mathematics.